not possible. We have to make one decision and go. Okay, 6 against 6, stop. I said one thing that is driving me crazy. As all the rules have one exception. No. For me, it's not a problem. I think that the best coach is the coach that gives one or two rules to understand that sometimes they have to anticipate the situation. For me, to read means, three things.
Massimo Barbolini, famous Italian coach, is my guest at Volley Coach Show podcast. Our topic is, I think, very interesting, not only for middle blockers, but for our players, because we agree that we will speak about how should middle blocker read their setters. So I am interested in your opinion, experience, and advice for the players.
Okay, sounds Jiri. Yes, I agree with you when you said that not only middle blocker are interested, because I think that one mistake that usually our as coaches we do is that when you talk about blocking, it seems like only middle blockers are interesting. No, I think that when we talk about block, also from the tactical point of view, it's normal that middle blockers are interested in every situation, but also lateral player, it is really important that they know some situations from the technical point of view and from the tactical point of view. About middle blockers, I think that, in my opinion, it's very important to divide this in two situations. What we can do before the game and what we can do during the game. Before the game, I think it's really important to study which are the behavior, the situation of the setter, of the opposite setter. Because in my opinion, it's important during the match to have some options about our decision. Because I like a lot the read system, but in my opinion, on some situation, is necessary. It's not useful to wait every time if we have studied about the opponent setter and we have we can take decision before. Also, because also in women, now the ball is really quick. The ball that starts from the hands of the setter is really quick. And if every time we use read system, it's not so easy to arrive and touch to close the ball. First of all, I think that it's important to underline which are the targets, of our block. The top, the best is to make double one kill block. It's normal that we try every time we try to have kill block, but we know that is very difficult. So second target must be also to touch the ball. To touch the ball is just a good job for the middle blockers or the blockers. And third, sometimes we have also to think that it's important also to help the defense. Because if we make one order block, even if we don't touch the ball, even if we don't make kill blocks, I think that if we have an order block, we can help the defense. And overall, against spikers not so strong, it's enough. Because maybe if we move the hands, we can create problem to the defense. If we don't move the hands, the defense can work without problem against some players, some spikers that are not so strong. So for me, it's important to start with this idea of what has to do the blockers. When we talk about the read system, for me to read means, three things. First of all, can mean to follow the ball. You wait, and you see when the ball starts from the ends, you go. But second situation is also to read the movement of the setter. Because there are not all the setters that are so strong or so good that they stay and they set without moving the back, without moving the hands, without moving the head, so the shoulder. So it's really important for middle blocker to look what happened before the setter touched the ball. And there are some setters that you can read really what can happen. Because sometimes we think every time to play against the best setter in the world, but it's not like this. Also in first division, there are some setters that you can understand. When they set in front, they start with the hands in this way. When they start back, they move in this way. So this is the only thing that I don't know if in the youth teams now we teach read now this situation. Sometimes we think about, okay, to understand some other situation, but I think that to try to, how can I say, to steal information about the movement of the setter is really important when you want, when this means for me to read the set. And also, as third point, I think that it's important to read the situation of the spiker, because there are some situations in which the spikers cannot attack. But for example, he's going to say one tip and he cannot or she cannot take the approach to attack. She received one short ball and she cannot attack. So when I'm blocker, so when I'm middle blocker, I can say, okay, this spiker will not attack. So I can move, one step on the left, one step on the right, respect what happened on the side, on the situation of the set, on the spiker. So this is the first point that for me is really important. What means, in my opinion, to read the situation. Okay, this is really important.
I have a question. You mentioned in your speech that you don't like that the middle blockers are moving with your hands. So this means that you also don't like if the middle blocker is making a bad decision and then he's or she's jumping with the one hand. This is something that you don't like.
No. For me, it's not a problem. If the one middle blocker make one decision, for me maybe the decision is wrong, but I prefer if sometimes she takes one decision. Because, okay, it's too easy to wait every time, to wait to see the ball, but for me it's very difficult and has no sense to wait every time. Because, for example, after we talk about the percentage of distribution of the set, if I know that one spiker have attacked 2 balls in a row with 2 mistakes, and I know that normally the setter doesn't repeat with one spiker that make mistake, why I have to wait? Maybe I have to move on the other side. Okay, this is really important. About the using of one hand or 2 hands, okay, it's important for me sometimes if I block against one really good spikers, I have to move also the hands. Absolutely. I make this example. When I talk about eyeball, okay, for me this is really important because this is one of the crucial points that I work with my team when we work in eyeball, block and defense against eyeball. I think, okay, in my opinion, from position 4, I tell you almost every time to close line. I don't want tip, I don't want block out, I don't want this ball. And after, I have to take decision if middle blocker must open or not, okay? And this depends a lot from the situation of the spiker. Because if the ball is close to the net, if the spiker has all the good approach, I must open. If it's a good spiker. If it's not a good spiker, okay, maybe no approach. Maybe the ball is far from the net. My block must stay. Not open, close, absolutely. If the spiker is so strong with no approach, one not good ball to attack, to make point, cross, okay, bravo, okay, is point, okay, this is for me, it's really important. I want to tell you this because for me it's one of the points, and it's not easy to understand when, okay, to do or not to do. For example, one little rule that I have is if is not the setter or is not the libero, okay, setting the ball outside the 3 meters, we stay. We don't have to open. That is normal. If there's a really good spiker, if the ball is really close to the net, perfect, okay, we open. But I think that it's important to give one rule to the block, but as all the rule have one exception. So for me, this is really important. I think that is a good advice for the middle blocker, how to open, when to open or not. And it's important also how to open. Because sometimes when we open, we go really high, but it's a mistake. Because when the ball pass cross attack is close to the net. So when we open, we have to go more inside as possible, not high, because if we go high, the ball pass in the same way, cross.
I understand that this could be a good point, not only for the top teams, but even for the players like my readers and my listeners and all of the podcast that sometimes it's not only good to be like stable in the block, but always all to cut more diagonal. And my next question is regarding the middle blockers. I know that some middle blockers are better readers, some middle blockers are better in like studying. And what do you think is like most important for like a common and normal middle blocker to have a fast movement, to be like natural, to have a good talent, or to have a lot of experience?
It's normally, if they have good talent, it's better, because everyone was one player, not only like a blocker. And also, for my experience, there are some situations in which, okay, you can work, but it's not so easy to work. And for example, one of these situations is about the hands. There are some players that put one hand and the ball stay. Other, maybe they are perfect, but they touch and the ball goes out of the gym. So we can improve the level. For this reason, in my opinion, it's important, not 1 hour a day, but sometimes to work from the boxes, okay? Because they need to touch the ball. Because sometimes when we make practice in block, maybe we play 1 against 1 and nobody touches the ball, okay? It's important to feel the contact with the ball. When the ball is okay, from the boxes, you don't have time, you don't have direction, you don't have nothing. Only how to feel more and more the sensibility of the ball. For me, it's advice that I give, because now I heard many coaches talking about, okay, 6 against 6, okay, 6 against 6, stop. Okay, 6 against 6 is normal, it's really important. I can also work the block in 6 against 6. If, for example, I oblige the spiker to make point against the block, for example. But overall, when the level is not so high, to make many repetitions to touch the ball, I think that it's really important. This is for just for tell you what is important for me about the block. After, okay, there is the movement, but for me it's important also to help the players to understand that sometimes they have to anticipate the situation, okay? How many times there is maybe my setter, not mine, but normally there is one setter that is not so high, and you know that 100% in transition or in the first ball they will play against her or against him, and middle blockers wait, and it's in delay. Okay, it's not a problem after if you are fast or not. You must start before. If you are fast, you arrive perfect. If you're not fast, you arrive, but you can touch the ball. So this is really important. For this reason, I tell you that for me, it's really important, when it's possible, to study what happened on the other side. And to study, okay, you can understand, for example, the behavior of the setter. Okay, behavior of the setter. Is one setter that, for example, likes to play short way or long way. This is really important, because there are some setters that when the ball moves to 2, okay, many times open in 4, or they play in the close to that. This is really important. There are some players setter that likes to play opening or overload. This is our situation. There are some setter that likes or not to play with the receiver. No, you know, there are some setters that when you receive, they never give you the ball. Overall, if there is one middle blocker, for example. I think that it's really important. I know there are many formations. I said before, some setter, if you make one mistake, they don't give you one ball for 5 minutes. Or if you get one mistake, they give you the ball immediately. Who knows? And this is our information that are really important for one middle blocker, but also for the other blockers. So we have to study this situation. Other points about the study, about the study of what happened on the other side, is about the percentage, the average of distribution. Okay? What happened after 20? What happened after 20? There is one player that is 1 point. Okay, so this is important to know. This is important to know if the setters like to play, and as I said, to call far, to play close. This is really important to understand, but as I told you, there are many information. Sometimes I think that the best coach is the coach that gives 1 or 2 rules about, because many times we want to say too much. We said if the ball arrives from 1, if the ball arrives from 5, if the setter moves like this. No, easy things, in my opinion, is to try to give easy situation. And also we have to understand that sometimes it's not possible to give information. Okay, for example, we know that there is one setter that when he's back used to play in one way, and it's really clear. For example, if we play close, opening 4, if we play setter call far, play back. Okay, maybe it's clear, and I have to say to my middle blockers and to my player, hey, pay attention, this one. But maybe the same setter, when he's in front, okay, she doesn't have one rule in her head. And so we have to play, maybe in this case, better to wait, to read whatever, to read the ball, okay, the trajectory of the ball. This is one advice that I give, sincerely, I give because sometimes as coaches, we want to seem complicated because it seems that we study a lot. Okay, we have to study a lot for sure, but we have to give cheap and clear information. Because in the block, you were a very, very good middle blocker. When the ball start to move, you don't have many times to think. Many things to think. It's not possible. We have to make one decision and go. And sometimes I said to my players that if they don't have one idea, okay, they have to go. If they wait, they don't take one side or other side. It's better to risk, to go in one side and maybe it's 1 against 1. Okay, no problem. We need to work to defense. We need to work to defense 1 against 1. Okay, this is better.
And do you think that like a normal middle blocker or good middle blocker should play like some style? Because like you say that some setter has this style that she's setting for a long, some likes to play with the middle, with the pipe. And do you think that also the middle blockers should work on their styles to play maybe one game gambling, risking, and second game play it and wait? Because also in professional volleyball you have a lot of materials, you have a lot of videos, so you know about the middle blockers that she's waiting, she's going fast to position for. And do you think that also middle blockers should think about changing their tactics during the game or during specific games?
No, it's an interesting question. Your question is really interesting because it's what normally I do with my setter. Because when I work with when I prepare the match for my setter, I try to study what happened with the middle blockers. Because maybe in the same team, there are two middle blockers with different style. There are some middle blockers, for example, American middle blockers used to work waiting every time to work. There are other, maybe the other middle blockers has another side that follow the setter call. So it's important for the setter to know, what happened. And also, as you ask, for the middle blockers, sometimes it's important to wait to change the style. It's really important to change the style because maybe until 20, I wait. After 20, I go and jump. And what is important for me to tell and to also to teach my players that also the starting position of the body is changing respect your decision. Because if you decide to go to commit, you have to move. Maybe when the ball is coming, because I don't believe that all the setter every time look and understand what are you doing. No, for sure. Maybe sometimes there are very good setters that look in what, but if you want to follow one play, you have to move before. And also the position of the arms is changing. Because if you decide to jump, against first time, it's not useful to start with the hands high. You have to start here and go. If the ball moves on the other side, no problem. This is not easy to be accepted in women. They prefer to wait. Maybe they jump against middle blocker, against first time, but many times they jump when the ball starts. They don't wait. They are ready to jump, but they wait at the ball and after they go. But maybe it's too late. It's too late. Okay, it's better than not to stay. But sometimes if you go, you see, in the man, it's easy to see one middle blocker that jump and the ball moves on the other side. But it's not stupid. It is one decision that he takes. It's one decision that maybe he studied with the coach. So no problem. I make one decision.
So you think also that middle blockers should don't think about the pass, because as a middle blockers, you know it, I know it. You cannot block everything, so you have to always and you are late because you are following the ball. So you should not think, and these bad decisions or not blocking should not make you upset. No, you should not think about this, that if you didn't block 3 balls in a row, that you are playing bad game.
I agree with you absolutely, because I tell you one thing. Okay. Good blockers in Italy, middle blocker in Italy, maybe they do 3 kill blocks in one match, not more. The best middle blockers made 2, 3 block, one block, 1 kill blocks. The media is 1 kill blocks in one set. It's really good. I'm really happy if I have one middle blocker because 2 middle blockers means 2 blocks, maybe the opposite. Okay, so we don't have to be upset if you don't take 1 block. We have to accept maybe if we make block and we make confusion and the defense cannot work. This is the one great mistake. Because maybe I cannot make 1 kill block and now I want absolutely to touch the ball to me. No. Okay, be quiet. You stay, you touch 1 ball. Because sometimes it's more important to touch 5 balls in one match than not to make 2 kill blocks. Absolutely, because it's really important. It's really difficult to make 1 kill blocks. Also because when you block, there is coverage on the other side. They say the ball. So for me, when I spoke about the targets, the 3 targets of one middle of my block and of my middle blockers, kill blocks, is the best, but is the last. For me, it's important that we touch, that we create situation for the defense. Okay, this is really important. No block out, not make confusion, not jump far and the ball moves. Okay, wait, right time. This is really important for the block, not only for middle, but also maybe it's more difficult for lateral player to have the right time, because as middle blocker sometimes you don't have to time. You cannot get mistake because you arrive, you put the hands and it's okay. But for the lateral player, it's really important this. And I said one thing, that is driving me crazy. When we talk about to close line, in my opinion, is not possible. I talk about a lot about position 2. Okay, close line is not possible that the ball pass line. Because maybe I make one mistake and the ball is short 1 meter. 1 meter, but I don't want to hear Massimo. And so I put the hands on the antenna. For sure, no problem. Antenna. It's difficult to understand maybe what does it mean to close to take cross. Maybe the approach 1 ball, 2 balls. Okay. I understand that it's difficult. But line is line. No doubt. Jump with the right hand against the antenna and no line. Because sometimes you see the player that jump and after is surprised that the ball pass. Okay, the ball pass, but if you don't put the hands on the antenna, okay, sometimes to take line means to go shorter, because maybe the ball is short. But if I have one doubt, if I don't want line, I can close that because I put the hands on the antenna. I repeat many times because is one life motive for me. This.
I completely understand that something is driving you crazy, and I think that we could speak another 1 hour, 2 hour, not only about this topic but about other topics. But I want to make my podcast shorter, so I would like to thank you for your opinions, for your advice, and I think that some players will get better with your advice. And thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I hope also for the coaches, some ideas could be good.